sometimes like they can kind of like take that, I guess like what, bond away. Once you get into that relationship kind of phase, and it's like, oh, I can't make this joke. I can't. I'm the type like, yo, you can. I like, well, homie got muscles, yeah, shorty got the. But it's like once you like try to like sneak, I'm like, oh, now you.
Right.
It's not that we're not doing this as a team no more. Now I'm somebody you good.
And welcome back to Filter What?
Podcast, let's get it.
This episode is sponsored by Classic Grooming.
Ladies, if you love a man with a groomed, smooth, and moisturized beard, this is an all-natural product that you would want your man to have. It is light, it smells amazing, and it'll leave your man's beard rejuvenated.
Hands down, the best products I have ever used to grow and maintain my beard. They have everything you need from beard wash, conditioners, oils, butters. So check out the link in the description or classicgroomingco.com. I promise you will not be disappointed. What are some things that men, as of all of us being men, that we look for in women?
For me, as cliche as it's gonna sound, self-confidence, for sure.
Think that's cliche?
I mean,
I thought you was gonna say she looked good. Oh, that's cliche, but of course everybody wants that.
I mean, well, this is the thing though. If you got the right confidence, that could just make you attractive. Right? Like, there's some women that like haven't, maybe not be somebody's cup of tea, but like their swag and them knowing. There was one time I went to a showcase. I can't even lie, bro. There was this girl. She got on the stage. She wasn't on that. She was chilling, calm, kind of like hippie swag, right? But she could rap. But she was like spoken word, and she started rapping, and then there was a line in there. And she said something, no, I'm ugly, but I'm something. And the way, and it slapped, and she just said it with such, and I was like, wow, she just became bad in 2 seconds.
Like,
and that was who I was looking at for the rest of the night kind of thing,
Yeah.
So confidence goes a long way.
No, that's true. I agree. Self-confidence definitely goes a long way. I would say, like, peace of mind, like, for me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, being a man's peace of mind, like, coming home to peace, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hell yeah, that's major. Coming home to peace, not challenging me on everything, or the nitpicking stuff. I hate that shit. But when you say that they nitpicking, they say, yeah, you ain't pay attention to my feelings.
Yeah.
I am. If you think I'm not, like, all that stuff comes into play, man. But it's like, it's hard sometimes because you can't put yourself in their shoes. Like, I'm a man, like, I could try my best to understand how you feel, but I'm not going to exactly know how you feel with me being a man. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about understanding and stuff.
Yeah. Coming to that halfway point and just meeting each other halfway and understanding each other.
Right.
Like, and the communication is important.
What they say, compromise.
Communication is the biggest thing for me. It's like, because we're not always going to be perfect. We're not going to wake up in a happy mood. You know what I mean? It's like, especially in relationships, I feel like people forget, like, you're growing with somebody. You know what I mean? Like, our minds change as individuals. As men, our minds are changing every couple of years. If you with that person, you got to change with them. They got to change with you. You got to be, like, aware and kind of nurture that, like, process, to be honest.
Right. Yeah, that's something I think I got to work on. I ain't even going to front. Like, there's a lot of shit I got to work on as far as that understanding, all my anger, all that shit, because, I can get there. I don't be trying to do it. I don't mean to do it, but it's just certain things, you know what I'm saying? So there's a lot I got to work on myself. I ain't going to sit here and just say, I'm perfect, everything's good with me. Yeah. Nah, I got a lot of shit to work on. I know it.
We all do, but I feel like that's the first step to working on something is understanding it and knowing, like, you know what I'm saying? And then attacking it like, I need to work on this, boom, so I can be a better person for myself.
And for her.
For somebody, for somebody else too.
Right, right.
But going back to peace of mind, for me is important because as men and black men, like, we just deal with so much on a day-to-day. I just feel like the average person, like, deals with so much on a day-to-day. Work, school, whatever it is that you're doing, we just consume so much. So it's like you need time to decompress. And a person that can understand that and aid in that, like, when you get home, like, yo, it's important to me. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, for sure.
I feel like that's one thing I got to work on, actually, is, like, coming home and, like, decompressing. Sometimes, like, I'll be so overwhelmed with the day. Like, by the time I get home, I, like, shut down completely. And even though, like, I can have somebody that'll like help me through it and like making sure I'm good and in a good spirit. Sometimes like some days, bro, I just completely be checked out. And I feel guilty because it's like, they don't deserve this energy. They can be having a bad day too.
Right.
You know, it's very easy for us in relationships. We kind of just like put our feelings aside for the other ones, kind of just like natural habitat. You just want to make sure they're good. You can see their pain. You've been holding yours all day. You're going to just tuck it aside anyway, you know? But that's something I feel like I got to work on. It's just like allowing that peace of mind to really seep in and like sit with it. And then, cause I'll provide it as well, but sometimes I'm not like so good at accepting it.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll just.
Yeah,
I get
but
that completely.
I think, man, we should always offer. I think we do offer a lot of peace of mind, unless you trust some weird nigga. Like, cause most of the time we laid back, we chilling. We don't ask for much. We don't want much. It's the women that really want that emotional. Not saying that men don't, but you know, women want it more.
That emotional.
And it's like, yo, sometimes you might be in the mood. It has nothing to do with them, but they might think you feel some type of way towards them or something. It's like, babe, it has nothing to do with you. Then why don't you tell me what's going on? Why don't you? So like we said before, it's all about communication and stuff. But sometimes that shit gets difficult. It's just hard. You just got to work on it.
Yeah.
Everybody got work
I
on
can
it.
understand that completely. I just think it's like we running a racetrack, but we on different paths of the racetrack. So it's just meeting that common ground that can avoid so many issues. Like, you feel me? Like so many underlying issues. Yeah, miscommunication.
That's something I need to work on myself, because the whole common ground thing about like, because if I disagree with something, like I'm gonna stand on it and I'm gonna stand strong on it. It's hard for me to look at it any other way.
Right.
When you really should, you know, at the end of the day, just look, all right, this is how you see it, that's how I see it, and we could just come to a common ground. But if I strongly disagree about something, I just stand on it. I got to work on coming to that common ground more. That's something I need to do more.
What are some other things that you feel like men look for in women? We spoke on confidence. We spoke on peace of mind. What else do you think?
I'd say, I mean, goals are important to me. No matter where you're at in life, as long as you want something better for you. Like, I feel like that's what keeps us going every day. And that's something I can't provide anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's important to me that they kind of like come with that. I'm big on my goals. I'm big on my dreams. A lot of them sound crazy. Sometimes I just want somebody to go crazy with, ground me, go crazy with, ground me. You know what I mean? That's what I would like to provide. Just really that. And like honesty, I'm big on honesty. Yeah. Like, I'm a cool dude. And I can laugh at a lot of stuff. I'm like, but once you start making me feel like we not that cool. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in a relationship supposed to be best friends, but I joke with my best friends. I'm like, I'm the type
that's like me. Sometimes
you know
I think I joke.
like,
they say I joke too much, but it's because I'm super comfortable with you. That's why I joke, because I don't joke with a lot of people like that. So
I feel you.
Sometimes like they can kind of like take that, I guess like what, bond away. Once you get into that relationship kind of phase, and it's like, oh, I can't make this joke. I can't. I'm the type like, yo, you can. I like, well, homie got muscles, shorty got the. But it's like once you like try to like sneak, I'm like, oh, now you. Right. It's not that we're not doing this as a team no more. Now I'm somebody you feel like you gotta like hide. So I hate feeling like a parent in a relationship. Like, we supposed to be friends. If it run out, like, we're supposed to be us against the world. But you can't be feeling like you gotta hide something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather just address it head on. Like,
being that y'all both said, because I'm the same way too. I like to joke and laugh in relationship. But being that y'all both said that, have anyone ever made y'all feel like y'all can't be that person, like in a relationship, like joke or try to use anything against you?
I just recently went through that, but how she was saying I play too much. Like, there's a certain time to play. I'm like, and then my initial response was like, yo, that's just me. If you don't like power, whatever. But then I was thinking about it, like, all right, maybe I should, slow it down a little bit. But I don't be thinking it's nothing, because it's not malicious. I'm just joking. But sometimes she don't be in that mood, and I got to understand that more. Yeah. So it's just more things I got to take into consideration, you know what I'm saying? I feel you. I'm still going to joke with y'all.
But what about you?
Yeah.
I feel like for me, it's more of like, maybe not necessarily, I couldn't joke, again, if I get that energy from them, I can't joke with you like that. Because now I feel like I'm putting myself too far out there.
Right.
Where it's like I'm gonna be comfortable with certain things, but you're gonna be hiding certain. Like I match energy by nature. To a fault. Like it's just like I guess that's my defense mechanism. Like all right, I keep it. I'm like a teacher. Everybody get 100, and then the score start going down once. You know what I'm saying? So that's like really, really, really how I move. I think if anything, what I had to adapt to in like being in relationships is not joking that much with people that aren't my girlfriend.
Right.
Because I'm like, I have like a lot of charisma. I just like, when I talk to females, I just like be talking to females.
Right.
Like the same way I speak to every female. I'm not trying to, it's just like, I like to make people comfortable. I like to make people laugh.
Right.
As a black male, a lot of people be like, grab the purse. Like I grew up on that. So I'm like, nah, I'm cool. Trust me, we good here.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm saying? Like I put
Yeah.
my personality out there. And sometimes, like, I'm my father's son too, right? So, like, I make the crazy jokes that he used to make to make people. I like to break the ice, whether it's awkward, whether whatever. I like to break the ice and just kind of like put myself out there. But I did learn like being in a relationship because it comes off flirtatious because it's a guy talking to a female and they're both smiling from down the block. That looks like flirtation, right? So it's like you kind of got to draw the line. You kind of got to like. I had the issues with biting my tongue with certain jokes. And then when I started to do that, I did feel like I was kind of like losing a piece of my personality. You know, I had to like, I'm not used to biting my tongue. I'm not used to. So it's just like, that put me in a space at a point where I was just like, yo, I don't really feel like myself. I find myself, even with my dudes, kind of just like a little more quiet because it's just not as frequent and just like out, like, you know, like I just, that second thought. So that for me, I know that's it's crazy how like we over here talking about what we want from women, but this whole conversation we've been reflecting on what we could be doing better, which is crazy. I hope we get points for that, at least.
Right, because we admitting to it. They be like, I know my flaws, man.
You know, like it's hard to ask for something without giving it.
You
know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that, like which is I think is a good thing about the episode because we're recognizing things in us like that can be better for us and the person that we're with. So it's a good thing. But going back to what y'all was saying, how you feel like you got to compromise a piece of yourself in order, like, I don't know, for me, that ain't it in a relationship. Like, I feel like with a lot of things, it's just understanding who you with. Like, everyone is different. Everyone has different needs and desires and personality and all that stuff. So when you're with somebody, you just really need to understand who you with, what they can take and what they can't take, and they need to understand you. Like, and I feel like that avoids like a lot of bullshit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that alone. Like, and I recognize that like the hard way, like just understanding who you with, like can simply be, it's like one of the best things, like, you know what I'm saying? You can really like,
good point.
Like just be yourself. And
you can value them properly too.
You
know what I mean? You can like add fuel to their fire with actually knowing like, you know, where the fumes is coming from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that you definitely hit a good point with that.
Yeah, because just to what you said, like, if a person understands who they with, if they understand Starter, then and they see you from down the block laughing and charismatic and chatting with another woman, they ain't gonna think twice about it. Like, yo, that's Starter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's his personality. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, just that is really important to me, like, being in a relationship. And I think more women should, like, try to, like, understand that. Like, you feel me? Like, I think it'll avoid, like, a lot of headache that women put on themselves, like, or that make for themselves, like, or
no, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, good point.
I think these ladies need to just love yourself a little bit tighter, a little bit longer before sliding in my DM.